Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for calling this meeting. I know, Mr. Stumpf, there's probably many other places you'd rather be right now. But I think this is a critical time as we look at the push that we've seen from so many financial institutions for lower regulatory burdens and trust us. What we've now lost has been trust not only between you and your customers, but between, in a very bipartisan way, between this committee and large financial institutions. You have said repeatedly that one of your failures was that you did not act fast enough. Today you're sitting in front of this committee and I'm telling you, you are still not acting fast enough. You still do not have the answers that we need to say that we're moving forward. And so let's start with remediation, and by that I mean repairing credit ratings, taking a look at refunds, taking a look at restoring the customer to the customer what the customer lost. You have said repeatedly to the folks here, you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. You know, we start this story as far back as we don't know, but let's start at 11. At 11, there's something going on and Wells Fargo is addressing it. At 13, there's something going on and Wells Fargo is addressing it. At 15, there's something going on and Wells Fargo is addressing it. But yet, it didn't get done. And now you're coming to us and saying, trust us. We now get it. Now we know. Now we figured it out. And so we need a clear dialogue. But I think that one of the failures today is you haven't come with a whole lot of remediation. You haven't come with a whole lot of dialogue to us on this is what we're doing to restore customer confidence. And like Senator Scott, I'm one of your customers. My whole family is. You aren't doing what you need to do to restore customer confidence, but you're also not doing what you need to do to restore confidence with this committee and with the American public. I want to talk about changing culture. There is no one on this committee who believes that 5,000 people independently act with impunity and with dishonesty. No one here believes that. And if they do, I've done law enforcement. This is a behavior that was created by the culture that was allowed, created by a whole lot of folks saying, you know, let's do it this way. That this is not, and I get what you're saying, that it wasn't just the tellers, it wasn't just the lower level. But yet, the one person who was responsible directly, other than yourself, for making sure this doesn't happen isn't in front of this committee today. In fact, she's walked off with a pretty good deal and hoping that all of this blows over. And the other thing, when you say you didn't act quickly enough, the board should have already acted to claw back those salaries. If you had come here and said, the board now is clawing back, these are the things that we're doing, and you would be in a lot better position sitting in that chair right now. And so I will tell you, you have not done enough to restore confidence today. And this dialogue will continue with this committee and with the American public. Now, with that said, I want to turn to the 5,000 people. And I want to say maybe they deserve to have their reputation restored. Maybe they deserve to not be that person whose now resume says fired on a resume. Maybe instead of just focusing on your customers, you ought to focus on the 5,000 people who I'm pretty sure did not unilaterally decide to be dishonest. And so it's an issue that hasn't been raised here, but I think it's a critical issue, because when you punish the guy at the end of the line and you don't punish in any way someone at the top, we end up with an attitude that, quite frankly, this is a corporate culture that doesn't care. They're just trying to get through the day. And I don't think that your day yet has ended. And so I want to thank you for appearing, but it's not enough. And it's not nearly what I had hoped you would come with today.
Okay.
Thank you.